a lot of you have mentioned a few things, right? Peer-to-peer learning, community and culture, embedding learning as part of the daily work and the culture. And Mark, you just mentioned here something really important, encouraging people to learn and experiment. And maybe as a follow-up here, I'd love to see some examples of how your teams or organizations are embedding learning in daily work. What does that look like in practice? Mark, I'll start with you.
So a number of things. So first thing that my team get, when you join my team, everybody gets a complimentary DataCamp license for everybody. They're encouraged to use it, the technical skills. So they're really encouraged to make time and space for it. And we share time with DataCamp. We've been to your offices in the Empire State. We've had you over here in Jersey City, and we've watched the game together in our bar. We're a sports betting company at the end of the day, so we encourage that. And so part of that is, again, having fun and enjoyment, but also we run hackathons with you. So trying new things, just stretching the minds. We also do a lot of stuff. We also brought in a whole week where we did data consultancy skills, presentation and stuff. And the 20 people that went on that, we encourage that to filter down. So that happens. And today we've had everybody in the office, and we have 3 or 4 presentations where people who want to share some of the work they've done. And so all of that encourages people to learn from each other and collaborate and stretch your minds.
Yeah, that's great. And maybe Denisse, Russell, how is learning look like in the kind of in the flow of work for employees at Booking.com and M&S? I'll start with you, Denisse.
Thank you. Yes, I think it's building up what Mark said, right? Here at Booking, hackathons are also a prominent format, right? And I would say there's no escape because we have so much formats and platforms for them to explore that we're really catering all their preferences and really formats, right, of how they like to learn. So we also measure quite often engagement on different platforms, right? We take also monthly meetings with DataCamp to understand the data, right? What's the data telling us? We also have a lot of this group actually creates their own internal conference. So they're super engaged, right? On top of that, we allow them to go to external conferences as well. So it's just really plenty of formats for them to explore, right? Like I said, they can even be mentors and internal trainers. So I would say there's no escape, right? There's everywhere a learning opportunity. We have books everywhere. So it's very present, very embedded here in the physical environment here at the campus as well, right?
Yeah. I feel like a tagline for a learning culture, there is no escape, really sets the scene for the wider organization. There is no escape from learning. Russell, maybe share with us how does the learning and the flow of work look like for M&S?
Yeah, I mean, to double down on a couple of different points. Number one, the hackathon concept is great. I mean, I've had the privilege of sort of seeing that work at a couple of different companies. When I was at Facebook, where that sort of culture comes from, I think originally, and we certainly do the same sort of thing over at M&S. I think it gives visibility and some time and a safe space for people to basically not just produce ideas, right, which is sort of the core part of the hackathon culture, but also just to meet other like-minded people that are sort of movers and shakers, those 1,000 points of light, those peer-to-peer sort of interactions that Denisse was talking about earlier. I think that's, really a lot of the positive value. And we also do a couple other things on the team. All of my heads of here, we all have presentation sort of parts of our KPIs, our goals, very much an each one teach one kind of mentality, right? We're expected to be evangelists as much as we are expected to be data scientists. I think it's an important part of the role. It's no good sort of being in the back closet somewhere, crunching out models and spreadsheets and dashboards. I mean, you've got to be out there educating and sort of inspiring people to get excited about not just data, but what it can do in an organization.